I had this aching feeling all the time, like I'm living life wrong. I was constantly anxious that I was going to do something inappropriate. The cause of all this? Well, nothing made sense to me in this world. Why other people seem to understand the ways of the world and how it seemed to come naturally to them was a mystery to me. It felt like I was the only one who wasn't getting it. For example, I didn't understand how people use fear so pervasively in our culture. Workplace mimics a battleground where you need to make allies with the right people, strategize to go up the ladder, and defend yourself when something goes wrong. To me, that really isn't a conducive working environment where creativity and brilliance can flow out. I mean, it's so obvious that it's not an effective system, so then why was it so pervasive? I don't get how this world is run by brute power and physical strength. For example, it's crazy to me that those who are physically weaker are more prone to get abused. Don't people see how immense their energetic presence is? Beings that embody softer energies like animals, children, women, and etc. bring down and anchor into the world delicate ethereal frequencies that make this place worth living. They're the flowers in a garden of rocks and trees. And yet, this quality about them is not recognized at all. And instead, they're taken advantage of just because they lack physical strength. Anyway, these are just some of the larger rules that I noticed, but there are multitudes upon multitudes of tiny implications that I just didn't get. This way of thinking didn't come naturally to me at all. And every time I noticed, it was a shock to my system. And honestly, I thought it was me. I really felt like something was wrong with me, like I was too obtuse to understand the rules. And I constantly felt like I was living life wrong. I was getting life wrong for choosing to live the way that made sense to me. Then something happened that changed my perspective. I was shown a vision of two worlds splitting. So one day, about 5-6 years ago, as I was lying in bed scrolling through my phone, I came across a piece of devastating news that left me feeling thoroughly disturbed. Before I go on, I need to put a trigger warning because it's pretty upsetting. On my phone, I read a news article about a murder trial of a young couple who had left their baby in a swing for days while they partied and did drugs. The article was really graphic and detailed on how the baby had died and in what condition the body was found. But I'm not going to repeat the details here. Anyway, I lay there looking at my phone, completely shocked and upset. I remember saying, "What kind of world is this that I'm living in? How can I keep living here when things like this happen?" Just then, I heard in my mind, "It has nothing to do with you because it's not your world." And simultaneously, I was shown a vision of two worlds, a third density world that was crumbling and that was getting worse, and a fifth density world where people were lighter, gentler, and more awakened. And there was a separation between these two worlds, like a thick glass wall of some sort. The chaos that was happening with things like people leaving their baby in a swing, this was happening in the 3D world. And this world was not my world. And instantly, I felt at peace. So what's third and fifth density? And what are the signs you're living in a fifth density reality? So far, it looks like much of human history as we know it had been in a 3D consciousness, where it's all about the body, the tangible, and material things. So things of the body are exalted, such as brute physical power and material gains. Basically, anything tangible and physical were valued. The epitome of 3D consciousness can be seen in the practice of slavery, where the value of a person was reduced to their body. In this world, it was also about the survival of the body rather than the mind or the soul. Killing the physical body was the ultimate fear. So ultimate power came from the ability to do just this. Now, in relatively recent times in the course of human history, the world shifted from third density consciousness to fourth density consciousness, where it was about the mind. This was when technology started advancing, and it was no longer about physical things but intellectual things. The advent of the web gave birth to a whole different world, a new reality that exists only in our minds and not in the physical world. Communities, work, money, basically different aspects of our life exist in the cloud and in digital forms. In even more recent years, the world has started to enter into a 5D consciousness, which is a world where it's about the soul, energy, and forces that are invisible. And these are the 12 signs that you're already in a 5D consciousness. Sign number 1. Energy feels as real to you as a block of concrete feels real to other people. Sign number 2. You're resonating in 5D consciousness if you're no longer thinking in dichotomies. So if you see that nothing is right or wrong, good or bad, but all is a necessary part of the whole. Dichotomies and polarities exist in the 4D world, the world of the minds. But in 5D, you see that all is just a part of a whole and all is necessary. Sign number 3. Time is no longer felt in a linear way, but it's flexible. It can speed up or slow down. And when you're in the flow, you can even enter timelessness. Sign number 4. You feel a connection with yourself, with others, with nature, and the world at large. Sign number 5. Because you feel this connection, you have great empathy. You can feel yourself in everything, in other people, animals, and even trees and plants. Sign number 6. You prioritize peace and harmony. Sign number 7. You feel the ethereal essence of everything, your body, your mind, all parts of yourself, and you honor its urgings. Sign number 8. You have extrasensory abilities such as clairvoyance, claircognizance, and basically all the clairs, telepathy, intuition, lucid dreams, etc. Sign number 9. You can sense aliveness everywhere. The trees, the rocks, the water, air, space, everywhere. Sign number 10. You feel and communicate with beings that aren't human? Okay, that sounds weird. I mean, you can feel and communicate with spiritual beings or beings of higher consciousness. Sign number 11. People call you idealistic. Sign number 12. The material wealth feels not as important as it used to be, a bit meaningless, and, well, a little empty. Obviously, there are way more signs than what I've mentioned here. So please leave in the comment section below one of your own that you've noticed in your life. In conclusion, in the vision, I saw the 3D world getting worse. People that resonate with that energy were going more and more irrational and chaotic. The more they try to resist and hold on, the worse it'll get. Now, there's no shade thrown on people who resonate with the 3D energy. They serve their purpose, and humanity as a whole benefited from their embodiment of this heavier energy. However, it seems like this denser energy is no longer being supported on Earth because we're outgrowing it. It seems like it's just time for us to shed off the denser outer layer and emerge out with our new lighter skin, so to speak. And so that's why there was a huge rift happening. And there will come a time when the world is ready to slough off the 5D energy and go on to 60, 70, 80, and beyond. But maybe by then we'll learn to let go and surrender to the new energy a little better. Anyway, thanks for being here and connecting with me and all of us from all parts of the world. I'm so grateful to be part of this community. Until next time, regards, Ray.